Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by KOG & Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Do you desire to belong to a community of unity? Visit KOGpassion.com to learn more about the Unleash Your Dopeness movement. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463.
What up? In honor of Martin, I'm gonna give you a what's up, what's up, what's up. It didn't really. I don't.
Yeah.
Well, what's good, man? Thank you for tuning in to G's for Gentlemen here on the Sphere TV. I am one of your hosts, Kalen Laws. Follow me on all social media at Senor Wapo 713, Instagram, Twitter. Find me on Facebook under that moniker as well. And I got my brother from another style, Mother B. What up, man?
What up? You already know what it is. Your boy Real B Mont, RealBMont. That's how you can find me. You know, I did that on purpose.
Yeah.
It rhymed. Holla at your boy. That's it. That's all I got. Just Real B Mont. That's it.
Just Real B Mont. So why the real? Was it a fake one out there?
Honestly, at the time, when I set up my Instagram name, I didn't know what else to put. I saw real this, real that, so I was just being young and dumb and just, all right, yeah, Real B-Mont.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Huh?
But there are no other B-Monts like this one. I don't know if there's another Brandon Montgomery out there. If you're out there, it's all good. There's no other B-Monts like this one.
I hear you, man. Just like there's no other show like G is for Gentlemen.
G is for Gents.
Listen, we want you guys to stay with us. We thank you so much for always tuning in and just having a great time, letting us talk to you about style, gentlemanly culture, about everything and how to transition and walk this walk as a gentleman. So, without further ado, let's just jump in.
Hey, let's go.
So, got a couple of headlines that I'm kind of excited about as a
got
as a fashion guy, man. Macy's, the largest clothing retailer.
I've heard of them.
I think you've heard of them before.
I've heard of them.
William H. Macy. And so they will hold their 12th annual Shop for a Cause charity event, benefiting the March of Dimes from Thursday, August 10th through the Sunday, August 13th. I think it's a really, really dope deal, man. When the Giants give back and really show love to different causes, especially what's going on with children. As a father, and I know you can relate to this, especially for a young child. It's important that we support causes, for all mankind, right? But especially for children, The details of this event is that customers will get invited to give $5 to the March of Dimes at any Macy's register online and receive a savings pass valid for 20 or 25% off of select regular price and sale items all weekend long. Of course, there are some exclusions. Customers who give $5 in store may also enter for a chance to win a $500 Macy's card. Listen, $500 at Macy's, I think, can go a long way.
Listen, $500 at Macy's can also go a long way.
You'll repeat it, huh?
You understand what I'm saying? I just need them to know $500 at Macy's can go a long way.
Listen,
$500 anywhere right now can go a long way.
Listen, you dig. But what's really cool, though, is Macy's is partnered with the March of Dimes to produce a short film, titled First Hug, which shares the morning routine of a mother whose baby is in the NICU, right?
Wow.
In the neonatal ICU, reminding viewers that not all first hugs are the same. You know what I'm saying? So pulling on the heartstrings, really touching you. And so if you're out there shopping this weekend, Go to Macy's, man. It's for a good cause.
I definitely support that because I have a friend of mine in Atlanta. Her and her husband, they're experiencing that. They had to experience that their baby was born pretty premature, and so. When you think of your first hug or being able to see or touch your baby for the first time in general, you have this warm, amazing, cathartic experience that you hope to have. And some mothers, they don't have that. Now, whether it's cathartic or not, that still remains to be true. But the fact of the matter is they can't just sit there and hold their baby or do the chest to chest and all that other stuff. So I feel like this is honestly a great cause and something worth celebrating. Especially, I know a lot of kids have gone back to school already, but there will be, coming up, there's still a lot more students that are getting ready to go back. I think here in Texas, they go back next week.
Next week, yeah.
I think that'll be that's a good cause to support.
Agreed, man. The video that we're talking about talks about 380,000 babies born prematurely in the U.S. each year, and it illustrates just one aspect of what those families experience. You know what I'm saying? So support the video. Go to Macy's.com/SFAC, where customers can also pen letters to the families who are dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? Really support. I think it's really incumbent on us as gentlemen, as leaders of our families, of our communities, of our houses of worship, of our jobs, to really be there to support different causes in the community. And when a fashion guru and a retail guru can really get involved in something like that, man, I think it speaks volumes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and this is also an opportunity for you to go and get some of those. Lately, we've been talking about a lot of the details that help to make up your fashion, help to make up your style. So this is an opportunity for you to go and get some of those little small things, whether it's socks, whether it's handkerchiefs, whether it's different bracelets, different items. Macy's sells a number of different things. And so just continue to make sure that you're adding to who you are as a man, as a person, as far as your style is concerned, but you're also adding to a family that in need. So this is a great opportunity to do that.
Dope opportunity. And we're gonna switch gears for a second. But,
all right, let's do it.
Yeah, but I'm really excited for Macy's doing it. I think I'm gonna go out there and dust off the Macy's card real quick. I believe that it. Shut up! Don't even say you about to say.
Let me add a little something. Let me add a little something to the card.
No doubt, man. But that speaking of retail, right? There was an article called "The Future of Tailored Clothing," right?
Okay.
Which found on Mr-Mag.com. It talks about kind of where tailored and bespoke clothing, the industry is going right now. So let's set the stage, right?
All right, let's do it.
So bespoke items are expensive. I mean, there's really no other way to say that.
And for those out there that I hear that term all the time, but I don't explain exactly.
So bespoke
is nothing more than
BESPOKE. I can't talk. BESPOKE. Bespoke, it just means custom. It just means made from hand, made to measure. That's another MTM. These are all different fashion terms that people say. Thank you, Brandon, for that.
Yeah, I mean, because the truth of the reality is you have people that are going along and be like, I hear that term, but what does that mean exactly? But they're afraid to ask because they feel like they should already know.
Right.
Or you may have some new listeners listening in. Shout out to all the new listeners. But new listeners listening in to the first time and, okay, what does that mean exactly? So just make sure that we don't want to talk as if you know, but we want to enlighten you on this show as well.
For sure, man. Thank you so much. And so bespoke just means custom or made to measure. When you start talking about, just as a point of reference also, when you start talking about things that are already in the store, they call it ready to wear or off the rack.
Yeah.
And so so kind of with bespoke and custom clothing, they're expensive. It's expensive. It is what it is. I have a couple of pieces. One of my pieces, it could be somebody's mortgage note. You know what I'm saying?
I believe that.
Yeah. And so shout out to Not Standard for dope organization and really make some quality pieces, man. Bespoke has some great fabrics, but the mystique and I think part of the price, yes, they're handmade, right? When stuff is bespoke, and yes, it's tailored to fit you specifically, but there's also a level of mystique about it, right? Something being expensive, everybody can't afford it, so it puts you on like a sort of a fashion pedestal or another level, so people charge for that. Well, according to Tom Ott, who was recently named the chief merchant of Saks Fifth and Gilt, he's sensing a renaissance in tailored clothing that he hasn't felt in many years. Okay. Right?
What do you mean by that?
He says that it reminds him of the way that business tracked in the 90s. And it feels to him like the beginning of an important change. So,
I got you.
And Saks is following suit. Young guys, he says, are really interested in tailored clothing in styles that are unique, fresh, and different. The customer now is more sophisticated and interested in building a wardrobe that they understand subtle difference in models. Right. It all bodes well for future growth. He even talks about how Saks is kind of easing off the price a little bit with the bespoke and the tailored items that they offered, because I mean it's Saks, right? So it's gonna be high end.
Right.
You ain't finna find no bespoke suit for under $1,000,
No.
right? At Saks. You're hard pressed to find a suit for under $1,000 at Saks.
That is
But but because of the level of quality of the textile, because of the thread count, because of the rich and bold colors, because of the breathable wools and fabrics that exist at that level, it comes with a premium price. But they're gonna knock it down a little bit because the demand is a lot higher. You got guys, man. Listen, I got students in my class that was like, "Yo, Prof, I'm going to get my first custom shirt or tie or pants." I'm like, "Wait, hold on, bro. You 19,
Right.
Wow,
Right.
Whoa, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's impressive. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
didn't care anything about that. Number one, number two. I didn't have the finances for that, but because the industry is moving in that way, man, it's favorable.
Yeah.
For those brands and retailers that offer tailored items.
And I would also say, I would agree with the article. Culturally, outfits are just getting back to where they once were. If you look at old pictures of back like in the civil rights movement era or any time before then, and slightly after, you would see that pretty much the norm was to have on a nice bespoke suit.
Yeah.
That was the norm.
Yeah.
Everybody had a tailor. It was just what you did. That was just society at that time. And so what you slowly start to see through social media, and as well as a lot of the different shows and things that you have on television now, you see a lot of people getting back to understanding what it looks like and feels like to have a nice tailored suit on, and what that does for your image as a whole. And so I think stores are recognizing that, not only from a cultural standpoint but from an industry standpoint. There's a lot more young professionals out there in the world today than it was a long time ago, and so a lot of these brand name stores like Saks, they're saying, hey, how can we appeal to the masses by keeping our quality but also making it to where other people who are new to this are can afford this and want to get into tailoring their clothes and looking a little bit better.
Agreed, man. Agreed. So yeah, I really appreciate it, man. It's such a dope. It's my favorite word, man. It really is. Such
D-O-P-E.
a dope D-O-P-E, man. Such a dope.
Plenty of meanings.
It is good and bad, but there is a good meaning behind it. In fact, there's a company called KOG and Company.
Oh, tell me a little bit about them. Tell me a little bit about them.
This portion of the show, right? Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world?
Segue.
Unleash Your Dopeness is a people empowerment movement built to encourage the masses to operate outside of their fears and have the gall to recklessly pursue their dreams and passions in life. Join thousands of others as we unlock the greatness that dwells inside. Shop dope gear at KOGpassion.com. That's KOGpassion.com. And use coupon code DOPE! For 10% off exclusive Unleash Your Dopeness apparel. Act now, because them sizes, they going quick, bruh.
Yeah, Doc. It's nice. It's actually some dope gear.
It's actually some dope gear.
See what I did there?
I want shout out to everybody that's listening on Facebook, man. Gerald, what's up, bro? Thank you for tuning in, man. We want to make sure that we give everybody an opportunity to tune in and like and share this video.
Yeah.
So we can, keep the momentum going,
Yeah,
man.
let's do it, man.
Facebook Live, we ask that you subscribe to our show on all the major platforms, including iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, and Stitcher. Review our show in iTunes with constructive feedback. Share this Facebook Live post. Again, share this Facebook
It's not going to cost you a dime.
One more time. Share this Facebook Live
It's
post.
not going to cost you a dime.
And the entire show with your family and friends. Donate to our mission. Donate to our mission to bring in rich and inspiring content each and every week. You can donate at thesphere.tv/donate. Don't judge me, B. I was trying to
listen. Let's donate because Kayla needs all the help we can get. We're trying to get a program started for him now, and as you can tell, he sometimes slips into his old ways. So we want to make sure that he stays on the straight and narrow and continues to do what he does for G's and gents. So Please donate.
Listen.
And really quick, just to
Go
say
ahead.
that though, I don't think people understand the importance of just being able to follow us on the different social media platforms and sharing this. You know, you may, even if style isn't something, or men's style per se isn't something that you're particularly interested in, you never know. There may be somebody on your Facebook page or any of the other outlets that could benefit from this, and it really helps us out a lot. The more people click on this, the more exposure we get,
For sure.
the more voice that we're able to have. And so I know it doesn't cost anything. Just go ahead and share it for us.
Listen,
and help us out.
That's all we ask.
That's all we
man.
ask.
That's all we ask.
That's all we
But
ask.
it's so hard to say goodbye
Uh-oh.
to our Facebook Live family. No, it's not working.
Facebook, pray for us.
So listen,
Pray for
Facebook,
us.
we love y'all, man.
Pray-
Thank y'all for tuning in.
Pray for us.
Appreciate y'all so much. I see a lot of sad faces for my singing. Jared, I know that's you, brother. Don't hate on me. I'll text you. Okay, that's our producer too. Boys behave.
Hey, they got good ears, and they want to keep them that way.
I dislike you.
I
So listen, we
understand.
appreciate y'all tuning in, man, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button and catch the rest of the show.
Wicked.
So B, as we continue to talk about style, man, let's talk about a couple of reasons why. Not even a couple. It's kind of a lot, but
What you got?
reasons why people should look their best. Matter of fact, let's talk about proven benefits to looking your best. Right, like when I say proven, like there's some research in this. So
Okay.
this section is gonna be called classes in session, right? Because we're gonna
All right.
talk about
Let's go.
some really things. And
See,
I
now,
want you to
because
chime in.
I knew you were going to the whole class thing, see, I don't think people understand how strategic we are, but Kalen is the professor, and I'm the student. He's teaching, I'm learning. He's got on his nice bespoke jacket and hat, and I got on what a lot of students would possibly wear, a nice summer t-shirt, nice little hat to match the shoes and the jeans and all that, you know what I'm saying? So I'm here to learn, so go ahead and teach me a little bit about what's going on. Classes in session, so
This guy.
here we go.
So let's go from 10 to 1, right?
All right, here we go.
Number 10, proven reasons why you should look your best, right? Number 10, to boost your salary.
Tell me how that works.
Let's start with the
Ladies
money,
and gentlemen,
baby.
are you listening? Booster. Okay, let's
So
talk about this.
according to Beauty and the Labor Market, a paper by Daniel Hammermesh and Jeff Biddle that was published in the National Bureau of Economic Research, men who are attractive enjoy a premium on salaries upwards of 10% compared to the less appealing colleagues.
Wow.
A finding largely independent of occupation. So the occupation doesn't really matter. Those who look the best, and when we say attractive, we're not necessarily talking about the physical attributes. We're talking about how people present themselves in their clothing, right?
Yes.
And so 10% of them have a premium, have an opportunity to earn more in the premium salaries.
Just by the way they dress.
Just by the way they
That's
dress.
good. That's good to know.
Number 9.
All right, what you got?
My voice cracked. Number 9.
What you got?
They get a second interview.
Call back.
Call back, go ring, call back, baby. So according to a study reported on by corporate image consultant Susan Bixler, the new professional image, the number one reason given by over 150 employers for rejecting a job application following the first interview was poor personal appearance.
Wow.
They interviewed 150 employers, large companies, small companies,
Mm-hmm.
major firms, very small boutique firms. They said the number one reason that people did not get a call back wasn't how they interviewed, it wasn't their skills or qualifications, it was how they looked. They did not get a call back because they looked whack.
Wow.
They weren't in uniform, the interview uniform. You know, so the interview uniform, for those of you, just as a refresher, right? Navy blue suit, charcoal gray suit, or black suit with a tie. You can never go wrong.
Preferably a white shirt.
Right? Not preferably. It better be a white shirt. You don't come in there with your polka dots and your paisleys.
Can't go in there with the salmon and
You're doing too much because everybody doesn't subscribe to that. But if you just look the part and you
Yeah.
look professional,
know it works.
know it works, right?
Your uniqueness will stand out, even though you're wearing a suit that most people say is cliche to wear on interviews. At the end of the day, you haven't gotten the part yet, so you gotta look the part to get the part.
Because you don't know the culture there. Right?
Yeah,
So places where you and I have worked have been a lot more relaxed sometimes, so you
Right,
can
right.
get away with stuff.
Right.
But going when you were working at Turner and when you were working at AT&T,
Yeah, it's definitely AT&T because you had to wear a suit every single day.
Exactly. And so but you didn't know the culture when you got there. You had no idea. So
as a matter of fact, when I even went to an interview at Turner, because I just came from a culture where you wore suits every day, I went into the interview at Turner suited and booted.
Yeah.
And everybody's looking at me like, yeah, you clearly don't know. We don't wear suits around here.
Exactly.
But I didn't want to come in there as if I already, even if I did know that, I don't want to come in there as if I know that, because you don't want people to think that you take them common.
Absolutely.
Everybody in there could be in shorts and sandals. But if you come in there as if you already had the position, they think, oh, well, they didn't even put forth the effort to try. Get the position, then you relax.
Agreed.
Let me ask you a question. So
me.
Since your image has a lot to do with getting raising your salary as well as getting a call back to even get continue the interview process. Does anywhere on this list, does it have anything to do with how your salary even starts?
That's number 8. I like the segue. You land a higher starting salary, right? A researcher from Fairleigh Dickinson University wanted to know if appearance would have any influence over starting salaries offered by employers.
Wow.
Okay, so to find out, she sent identical. I love this research. She sent identical resumes, to over 1,000 employers, asking what starting salary would be offered. Half of the resumes had a picture of a guy before being made over, scruffy, not really well polished. The other half of the resumes had the same guy, but he looked really nice. Had on a suit. He's well groomed.
Yeah.
And the other half, he had a polished look. The applicant with a polished professional appearance did much better than his mediocre self, receiving a starting salary replies of upwards of 20%.
Wow.
20% more.
Because of his image.
Because of how he looked.
What do you think that says to people? I mean, I know what it says to me when I see somebody that's dressed really nice, guy or female, and they take pride in how they look and their grooming or nails or different things like that. So I know how I receive it, but what do you think overall it says to the person on the other side of the desk in corporate world, so that people and the listeners can know?
Yeah. Well, when I worked in HR, it boded to a level of commitment. First of all, it boded to a level of
self-worth.
Well, not even before that, self-worth, that you can follow directions, implied or otherwise, because the standard is when you have
that's good, implied. I like that.
You see what I'm saying?
That's good.
The standard is when you go into an interview, you look a certain way. So if you're coming in trying to buck the system already and you don't even know the rules, what's going to happen when you start knowing the rules and you inevitably disagree with the rules? Because we've all worked places where we didn't fully agree with certain policies, right?
Yeah.
It's just part of being a grown up, and so it shows that you can follow the rules. Implied. It shows that you want to put your best foot forward. It shows that you want to represent that organization in a light to the public that's going to promote the mission and the vision and the purpose of that organization. So I think that's what stands out. Number one. Number two. And I'm jumping ahead on the list, but people think you're going to do a better job when you look better, when you look nicer. I mean, there's just the psychology of it. It is what it is.
So basically, it's safe to say that you're a little bit more persuasive.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot more persuasive. In fact, let me persuade everybody to do something real quick, especially business owners.
Okay.
This portion of the show is sponsored by the Sphere, and let me persuade you that if you're starting your business and looking for a place to advertise, or you may have need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at the Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789. That's 832-772-7789, or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. Once when right before we went to that break, we were talking about the credibility, right? And that's number 6. People who pay attention to their appearance enjoy greater credibility. A.G. Miller on the formation of impressions in others showed that attractive people are perceived as having a sense of purpose on their lives, and according to their will and conscience, lending them a greater degree of credibility in the eye of others. So it kind of what that really says is it bows to your own belief in yourself, right? If you look a certain way, you believe that you're going to hold yourself at a certain regard and certain esteem, and you believe that you dope, that you that guy, that you that dude.
How you look has a lot to do with how you feel.
Absolutely.
Not just about others, but more importantly about yourself, and or the type of effort that you put into your day. If you're walking around with just t-shirt and
that's good
shorts,
that's
and,
good.
Just hoop socks or whatever. It's one thing. You're in a more relaxed mindset because your outfit is more relaxed. But if you have on a nice suit, it doesn't even have to be tailored all the time, but if preferably a nice tailored suit, nice shoes, nice socks, nice smelling cologne, your attitude is going to reflect how you feel about yourself.
Yeah.
And how you in essence talk to other people, how they talk to you. I mean, the article is showing that how they perceive you.
Absolutely.
So how the perception alone has a lot to do with your outfit. So I totally agree with that.
Yeah, and take it a step further. Number 5 talks about the 5th reason is to amplify how others perceive your accomplishments. They don't even know what your accomplishments are.
But they feel that you have
feel like
accomplished
you're
something.
an accomplished individual because you've accomplished being a stylish person or someone who looks really nice, right?
Yeah.
So the work of 2 economists entitled Why Beauty Matters show that people do not perceive things in such an unbiased manner. Rather, they tend to have higher expectations from attractive people, and they tend to overestimate their productivity. Like, you look so fly, and I think you're going to do better than what you really can.
Case in point, there's a commercial on television. Basically, it's talking about a guy who's sitting in this room, and he's asking all these people, hey, would you trust me to run your finances? And they say, why not? You seem knowledgeable about what you're talking about. They gave him a few key points of what to say to people. They told him, you seem knowledgeable about what you're talking about. Not only that, though, the way you present yourself and you carry yourself, I would let you represent my finances. Not knowing that he didn't know anything about finances. He was actually a DJ, a DJ in nightclubs. He had dreadlocks right before they actually filmed the commercial, and they cut him off just to see the perception of others, and then they showed him some before and after pictures, and people were totally shocked because they allowed what they saw, and not necessarily what he knew, but their perception of what they thought he knew, to be able to go in and in essence help them make their decision up in their mind of what type of person he was.
We are a visually driven society.
Yes, we are.
Like species.
Yes,
right?
we are.
Like, you chase the woman that you want. As a generalization, and I'm comfortable as a man speaking for men. We go after the women whenever we want based upon the way they look.
That's all you have to go off of initially. I don't have time when I first see you to. Man, bet she is. No, man. What's gonna catch me is how
I
you.
bet her
look.
IQ is 160.
Nah, doc.
Nah, bro. I'm trying to say.
I was like, the fact for me to even get to the point that I want to find out more about you.
Right.
Has a lot to do with how you look initially.
Absolutely. So. And so, we have to keep that into consideration, right? Number 4, raise your general self-confidence. I think that's.
We touched on that earlier. But how you feel, basically, how you dress has a lot to do with how you feel.
Absolutely.
And so you're going to be a lot more confident.
Yeah,
you're going to be a lot more confident if you're dressed and you're dressed in a nice outfit versus I'm not too sure about this today. You see what I'm saying? So yeah.
Number 3 is to be a happier person. All these things don't necessarily point to a happier person, but they do point to a more fulfilled person, right? To yourself and to others. So we want you to make sure that, again, the way you look is an outward expression of kind of how you feel and how people perceive how you feel, right? Number 2, they make better first impressions with women.
That's pretty much self-explanatory as well.
Look,
you put a room full of women somewhere, and you hold on, man. It's subjective though, because some guys can have on a suit, but there can be a guy that has on, jeans and whatever, and it's all about how you wear it.
What was this the thing though? So what we talk about though,
when we're talking about, we're not talking about it. What are we talking about?
Just suits. We're talking about style and confidence, right?
Yeah.
So you could have on some jeans, some J's, and a V-neck tee. But if you're confident with it and it looks nice, it's not wrinkled. You don't have super long nails. You may have a beard like I do, but it's edged up really nice. You know what I'm saying? Like you look nice in the jeans and jeans and a t-shirt.
It makes a difference.
It makes a difference.
It does
make a difference.
Or even just from the standpoint of a haircut, you seen your boy Spice Adams on IG. He's like, dudes, they talk different when they get their haircut, and before they get their haircut, just take a little bit off the top, you know what I'm saying? And as soon as they get that haircut, yeah, man, I appreciate that. I'm hot, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your whole demeanor changes because
you for photo ops.
you look, in your opinion, you look better, and so that comes out with your confidence, and our women love a man with confidence.
They do.
I think that's why Jay-Z. Anyway, go ahead.
Well, you got a point though, bruh. You got a point.
Hey, Jay-Z's not winning any contest for
any selfie contest.
Best looking dude.
He's not
on. You know what I'm saying?
But his confidence and swag is on a million, bro.
It supersedes his actual looks, and therefore he becomes better looking because of the way he carries himself and the way his confidence levels on a.
Yeah, so let's give a little data behind making first impressions with women. How that's a big thing, right? Every spring, Maxim, the magazine, publishes.
I've heard of
it. It's sex survey, polling several thousand women on a variety of topics relating to sex and relationships. One survey included the following question. The question is, what's the biggest potential turnoff when first meeting a man? The top answer to this question, given by 36% of the responding women, was bad hygiene. Now, bad hygiene absolutely has something to do with your appearance, the way you smell, your grooming, right? Yeah. Listen, bro, we in the South, right?
It's hot.
So I need. Yeah, it's hot, but I need to talk to my southern brothers, man.
Talk to them.
I'm tired of fingernails on dudes, man. I can't deal with
the long ones.
Yeah, I can't deal with it, son.
Like you about to.
Yeah, like I get it. The old back in the day, you know what I'm saying, the old cats, the old players.
OG, triple OG.
Yeah, the old players, they used to use the pinky joint to split the blunt or you know what I'm saying? Like I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm from Dallas originally, and that was like kind of a thing. Like growing up, dudes had, they were manicured, but they had nails, and I'm like, fam.
I just don't understand right now the long nails. Like, and I mean, hopefully you not. The only thing I can see is if you doing cocaine, and I'm
get
just
some of that booger sugar, huh?
And booger, and outside of that, man, it's kind of like, whoa. First of all, get over there. You know what I'm saying? But even still, outside of that, why? What? Like, who said that looks good?
Yeah.
Who was like, yo, that's dope. Like, keep your nails like that.
Yeah. And it's interesting because, and not to pick on the guys with the long nails. So let's just be fair on who we pick on. Even cats with short nails. Hey, man. Make sure they're clean.
Talking about Nub Johnson?
Well, not Nub Johnson, but guys who just have, just keep them even and low. Keep your nails clean.
Yeah,
that's hygiene. That's bad hygiene, right? Like that's the second.
You'd be surprised how many people pay attention to stuff like that.
Absolutely, that's the second dirtiest part of your body is your hands, because you touch everything. Your mouth is the dirtiest, right?
Yeah.
And so
not mine, but go ahead.
Shut up.
And
so your oral hygiene. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of cat. Like I get it. Dudes, it frustrates me when dudes, I shouldn't say frustrate me because there are a lot of mitigating factors when it comes to this, but when guys are just oblivious to the benefits of either straight and or clean teeth.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm cool, man. I ain't worried about all that, bro. I'm straight, cuz.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Go, like you really don't know what it would do for your own self-confidence.
Listen,
what it would do with the women.
I went and got braces, doc.
Look, I did too, and
I never bad. Mine weren't bad, but I mean, I had a couple. I had a few Alicia Keys in my mouth. You know what I'm saying?
You stupid. Listen, my teeth. As you get older, your body starts changing. At 31 years old, my teeth started shifting. I had to get braces. Every day when I come in here, I pull off my clear correct retainers because I want to make sure that I'm putting the best.
I like nice teeth Period. Like
Yeah,
I don't think I have the best teeth, but my teeth, they're better than what they used to be. And I get compliments, but I notice stuff like that, and I know if I notice stuff like that, other people are looking at your teeth. Other people are looking at if your lips are chapped. Other people are looking at your nails. Other people, you know what I'm saying? So it's little stuff here and there that people pay attention to. Now we get it. Some days you might not have ate all day and you hungry and that has
stale breath.
But hey, always keep a mint or some gum on you.
Man.
That's it. Always keep a mint or some gum. Outside of that, you ain't got to worry about what if, because you're not worried about it.
Right, exactly, man. So, it's one of those things, man, that hygiene is such a cousin to style, right?
Yeah, that's really good. That is so true.
And number one benefit, proven benefit, right, to looking your best is to expand your network.
Yeah.
Right? Researcher Karen Dion and her colleagues found that people seek out and expect to find more socially desirable traits in attractive people. So if you look nice, people are that you're going to have a better personality or more desirable traits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Traits such as strength, sensitivity, poise, modesty, and character. Such a perception will undoubtedly draw people to you, allowing you to expand your network and open up new and exciting avenues in your life.
It's another good trait that I think could go hand in hand with how you dress. Ownership.
Yeah.
Ownership. Because you take ownership and you take pride in looking nice. And so it's like, hey, I'm going to own that portion. I can't control a lot of stuff that happens to me or what other people do, but I can control how I look and how I come across.
Yeah. Agreed, man. It's one of those things, man, that it takes dedication, it takes time, it takes attention to detail, right?
Yeah,
it even takes a little money to really do this.
You got to
thing.
figure out how to get that.
Yeah, you got to figure out how to get that. But once you do get it, man, these are the benefits proven by data, right? Data that are proven. And sometimes people do get hung up on the money. And in fact, if you do get hung up on the money and how to figure out how to get this thing done,
give me some help.
You might want to contact the Houston Housewives of Finance.
Come on, Houston Housewives of
Finance.
Did
you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33% or more than 77 million Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month. And 39% of adults said they don't have enough savings. Man, look, don't become one of these statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today. That's today. At 1-844-700-4463 or email us at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services. So look, these are the ways that you want to. This is what you want to do. 10 steps, right?
Right.
10 reasons, rather, not steps, but 10 reasons why you want to look your best. And so let's talk about looking your best.
The most important reason is do it for you. All these other reasons are benefactors, or should I say benefits of looking nice. But at the end of the day, you want to look nice for you, man. You want to walk out your house and always put your best foot forward and be pleased with the person that you are, the person that you're representing. So
let me ask you, what do you say to the guy that's like, yo, I'm already like that though? Like I'm already confident. I'm already like I don't need clothes to feel like that. What do you say to that cat?
I would suggest that in actuality you do, because your confidence has a lot to do with the overall way that you carry yourself. And if you are unwilling to try to see how you can get better in certain areas, like I like style, I love to dress, but I'm always looking for different ways to reinvent myself. Mm-hmm. And I feel like if you're confident, that's great, but you should allow others to see that confidence without them even having to have a conversation with you. So, and one of the best ways to do that is from your appearance.
I would challenge that brother that says that was, if you're so confident, then I'm sure you'll be confident looking in what you're wearing too, in something new. Like if you're that confident, what you afraid of? Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, try it. You ain't got nothing to lose. Nothing to lose, right? Hey. Especially if you contact the Houston Housewives of Finance, they'll make sure that they're gonna take care of you. They'll make sure that you're playing your stuff good, man. So let's talk style tips for a second, man. We talked about at the beginning. We talked about kind of bespoke items, and generally speaking, the things that are most tailored are suits or sport coats, blazers, etc. We need to have a show be about the difference between a sport coat and a blazer. Anyway, most men don't know that, and there are subtle differences that are really, really important.
You know, there's a lot that even when it comes to, you know, wearing your suit or how you wear your tie or the different color shoes to wear with different color suits.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's a lot to it, man. And there are little nuances that I think that, especially when you talk about ties, that we have to realize, right?
Okay.
So neck wear, the fit of a suit makes the suit, but neck wear just throws it over the top, right? Because it's a little item. I'm talking about neckties when I say neck wear. I'm just trying to be fancy.
Yeah.
Shut up. And so there are a couple of things that I want people to know, right? The width of the tie, how wide it is, should match the widest part of the lapel.
That's good. That's actually some good advice.
The widest, right?
That's really good.
Because what happens is, if you have a wide peak lapel and a really skinny tie, the optics and the balance of the shirt or of the look is off, right? And so you want to make sure that if your lapel is about three and a quarter, in terms of wide, you want to have a standard size tie, 3 1/4, right? You want to make sure that these two match.
Now, when you say that, you're not talking about the knot and the tie. Are you talking about the exact width of the tie?
I'm talking about the bottom part, the widest part.
That's some great advice. That's some great, because I hate seeing a nice, let's say like a suit from Zara or something like that, and then you got like this wide old school dad tie.
Yeah, with these skinny lapels.
Yeah,
it doesn't work. It doesn't with a modern.
It just doesn't.
If
fit.
you're wearing a modern jacket, right, something that comes from
nice European fit.
Yeah, nice European fit. The thinner lapels, you want to have a thinner tie. You want to have a slim tie or a skinny tie.
That's really good advice.
Right. Number 2, knots. Okay, this is the thing about the knots. First of all, stop with these big knots.
Please.
I can't. I think I've said this. We're on show 13 right now. I probably said it 10 shows. Stop with the big knots. I can't deal with it.
Who started that?
You know what? What it is? It's the type of knot, right? Generally, the big knots are the double Windsor, but you have to know which collar. It's the collar and it's which tie you need to wear with it. I mean, which type of textile that you need to wear with it. So if you're doing a silk, 100% silk tie that has just a small cotton inlet in it, then you can get away with a double Windsor because the knot is not going to be huge. But if you're doing a 100% cotton tie and you double Windsor it, the knot is going to look like my fist sitting on your neck. And what happens is it crowds the neck. It crowds the look in the neckline.
It takes away from the rest of the suit, the totality of the suit, because all the attention is focused at the neckline.
Absolutely, for sure. And so number 3, you can never go wrong with, if you don't know what the knot, like they have all these knots, man. Eldridge knot, which is like 5 knots in one, and the Trinity knot, which is 3 knots in one, and they, just a whole bunch of stuff. But you can never go wrong with a Windsor or a 4-in-hand knot. Okay, maybe even a double Windsor, depending upon the type of textile, again, how thick the tie is, right? You can never go wrong with that. So I think this is what you should always remember. Number 4, a tie should end at the belt line.
Yes, listen, I'm so glad you said that, because I've seen, I just hate it when the tie stops so short.
Yeah, either so short or too long.
Where's the cummerbund?
Right.
Because
I was talking to a buddy of mine who owns a brand, and he was like, a menswear, a bespoke brand. And he said, man, somebody asked him for a cummerbund, and he was like, whoa, I haven't been asked that for like 4 or 5 years.
Listen, it's going to come back. Mark my words. Cummerbunds will come back.
It probably will. And so that's the thing, though, brother. You don't want to have your tie go below your belt.
Yeah.
Don't.
Now, we're talking about the tip of the tie.
Yeah,
Exactly.
The tip of the tie.
Make sure we're very specific.
Now, there are in some fashion circles, and these are standard rules. There are some fashion circles where you have what's called sprezzatura, which is an Italian term meaning, kind of thrown off a little bit, and people they'll wear the back, they'll wear a little longer than the front. And in certain sections,
I've seen that. Yeah. And if you look at any GQ magazine, they'll definitely have people doing that just for to throw off a different
Exactly.
looks. And
that's what it's
depending
for.
on the suit.
Yeah.
And
the occasion.
itself. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and you'll see a lot of the Instagram fashion guys. They do a lot of that as well.
Agreed, man. And so let me talk to our mega gents, our big boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, go get you an extra long tie. If you have a little bit more midsection than most people, get you an extra long tie.
Yeah. Don't
You know, the little big.
Yeah.
You know, well, I'm tying my knot regularly, but it's stopping at your navel, fam, and your navel kind of sticks out a little further.
Or the back of your tie will stop like.
Exactly,
right
and you can't tuck it in, right? You can't
and retie like he said, buy extra long ties, but guys, tie your tie a couple different times. Don't just tie it once or twice and be like, well, this is the best I could do. No, man, there's times I tie my tie several different times just to get the right look, the right feel. Because when I button my jacket, I want it to look a certain way, and when I unbutton my jacket, I want it to look a certain way.
Right.
So,
let's talk about tie clips.
that's exactly what I was about to say next, but I had a feeling you were going there.
Let's talk about tie clips. So tie clips are something I really love.
Yeah.
Really, really love tie clips. But there's a proper way to wear them, right? You want to wear the tie clip, number one, between the third and fourth button, right?
Mm-hmm.
On your shirt. Number two, you want to wear your tie clip. It needs to go 3/4 of a way over your tie. It doesn't need to cover the whole tie. It doesn't need to be too short.
Exactly. And if you're wearing a smaller tie, as far as we were talking about earlier, the European look, as far as your suit, more or less the skinnier ties, they have skinnier, or should I say smaller tie clips that you can buy to fit the exact width of the tie that you're wearing. So there's not just one tie clip fits all. There's some extremely long tie clips, and there's some very small ones that fit those smaller ties that go on those that nicer bespoke European look suit.
Absolutely. Agreed, man. And lastly, no fat knots again.
So what we can take away from this is no fat knots.
Just stop with the fat knots, man. Like, I can't deal with it.
Yeah, it's very. You might as well wear big shoulder pads.
Yeah.
There is a commentator on ESPN. I forgot his exact name, but he wears huge shoulder pads and a fat knot every single suit. It's like he told his tailor, I don't even know if he told his guy, like, look, I want the shoulder pads to make it look like I'm still in the league, and I also want to tie my tie the same way every single episode, and I can't focus on anything that he's saying that has to do with football because I'm just looking at his shoulder pads and it's not. So fellas, no fat knots.
No fat knots,
no fat
man.
knots.
You know, you don't know who you're talking about. You're talking about a brother by the name of Merrill Hodge.
That's exactly who
You're talking about Merrill Hodge.
I didn't want to put him out there, you know what I'm saying? Because
Listen.
I believe that 6 degrees of separation is real, and so
no, it's
gonna
all
be
good.
Somebody out there that's watching this, but if you are, hey, let your boy Merrill know, like, hey, Merrill, like, they was talking about you on this podcast.
Because my favorite, one of my favorite receivers of all time, he does it too, and that's Mike Irvin. He like these be wearing these, you know, like this mug on my neck. It's just too big, man.
Man, yeah, I don't like it. What he got on your neck? Let me see again. What he got?
That's right here. Just right here.
It's
sitting there.
You got a sphere knot on your
sphere,
neck.
That's what we're gonna call it, a sphere knot. This is called a sphere knot, straight up, man. Real talk.
Got the
Listen,
sphere. Yeah,
listen, here at Jesus for Gentlemen, we love to have a good time, but we want you guys to be the best gentlemen possible, right? We want you to pay attention to your community, know what's going on in your family, present yourself in the best way possible, because remember, as men, we represent everyone that we're connected to. We're called to lead, we're called to serve, and let's just do it as stylishly as possible.
Yeah.
So, with that, man, I want to leave you with something. One last bit of wisdom, okay? You can keep it gangster.
You can keep it gentlemanly.
But always keep it G.
Yes, sir.
Till next time.
Till next time.